relative to the giraffe. We can tell because of its head shape, but also its prehensile tongue, so that means it's able to stretch out its tongue really, really far and grab its food and bring it back into its mouth. Their tongues are so long, in fact, they can lick their own eyeballs. The stripes on the Okapi's legs' only purpose is to help them with camouflage. They are so good at camouflage. We actually didn't discover the first ones until 1901. Before then, we did just think they were a myth. We did also just pass by some antelope. Those copper-colored ones are bongo. Bongo do have a nickname, and it's Ghost of the Forest. They got that nickname because typically they are harder to spot and be seen, so it's pretty cool we got to see them pretty close to us today. Coming over here on the left-hand side, this is a black rhinoceros. They are solitary animals. They do like to spend time by themselves rather than in groups or herds. They do also stay on the smaller side for rhinoceros. They will get about 3,000 pounds. Here on this right-hand side, these are another type of antelope. These are greater kudu. These greater kudu are female greater kudu. We can tell they're female because they do not have horns. Only the male greater kudu have horns. Starting to make our way out of the Little Ituri Forest and into the Safi River. Safi River is home to more aquatic animals that live here on the reserves. These animals will more than likely be in or near the water. All the way back there on the right-hand side, those are some Nile hippopotamus. Might be a little bit trickier to see those. We are going to keep on moving. We'll try to find some other ones. We can also see some pink-backed pelicans down there. Pink-backed pelicans get their name because their backs turn pink during mating season. That's because their blood will rush towards their back. It is going to change them that pink color so they're able to attract their mate. Here on the left-hand side is the rest of the bloat. A bloat is what you call a group of hippopotamus. Once again, these are Nile hippopotamus. They are nocturnal, so not going to be too active right now. They're going to be more active during this time. They spend most of their time in or under the water. When they are underwater, they're going to hold their breath for up to 8 minutes at a time. It is very impressive. They cannot swim too well though, so when you do see Nile hippopotamus swimming, it is actually them gently gliding along the bottom of whatever water source they're in. That is because their bodies are so dense, they have a hard time holding themselves up in the water. We are going to go pulley over this bridge. Pulley does move very slowly. In Swahili, it does look like there are some Nile crocodile underneath us here. Nile crocodile are the largest crocodilian species that live here in Africa. They reach up to 16 feet in length and weigh up to 500 pounds. Female Nile crocodile are actually really great mothers. When they can sense their eggs are about to hatch, they're going to put those eggs inside their mouth, gently roll them around to assist with the hatching process. Once those eggs finally do hatch, they will put the babies in their mouth, and then they're going to walk those babies to the water so they don't have to find their way to the water all by themselves. Coming over here on this right-hand side, we're going to see this very large tree. It is called a baobab tree. It is also nicknamed the Tree of Life. The baobab tree gets its nickname the Tree of Life because it's able to hold thousands of gallons of water that it can supply to the animals on the savannah when they go through periods of drought. Animals are able to puncture or poke holes in the bark either with their tusks or their horns, and then the water will come out kind of like tree sap. People are also able to use baobab trees as their water source when they're going through periods of drought as well, which is pretty cool. We are starting to make our way into the savannah. The savannah is home to thousands of animals that migrate here throughout the years. There should be plenty for us to see. Just keep in mind, as we do pass on through here, we are going to get very close to some of these animals, so it is very important that we do keep our voices down as quiet as we possibly can. Over here on the right-hand side, I do see a few different animals. Those cows with the very large horns are called Ankole cattle. Their horns can reach up to 6 feet in length. They are going to be mostly hollow with a honeycomb-like structure on the inside that is going to help them thermoregulate, so it's going to help them regulate their body temperature. Ankole cattle are used as a status symbol, so they're not used for their meat or dairy. If people own them, they will just own them as pets. We did also see some term wildebeest means wild beast in the language Afrikaans. When they sleep, they do like to sleep in rows just in case they do have to get up and evacuate quickly. They're not going to topple over one another that way. They do also have a nickname that is pronounced GNU, spelled G-N-U. They got that nickname because it sounds like the noise they make when they vocalize. Now over here on the left-hand side, these are African painted dogs. They are not hyenas, they are different animals. African painted dogs do get their name because of their very unique color patterns. They do like to hang out in packs. Typically those packs are about 5 to 15. They are nocturnal animals as well, so it's pretty cool that we see those ones walking around as well. Here on the left-hand side, we're going to see this very tall giraffe. That is the Maasai giraffe. Maasai giraffe are the tallest land animals in the world, reaching anywhere from 18 to 20 feet tall. When they are first born, they're only about 6 feet tall. Maasai giraffe do have that prehensile tongue, just like the okapi. So again, they can stretch their tongue out really, really far, grab their food, and bring it back into their mouth. Their tongues are also a purplish blue color that is going to prevent it from getting sunburned. Now here on the left-hand side, we're going to see two different types of antelopes. We're going to see these ones walking around right here. These are sable antelope. Then the ones towards the back there a little bit, those are eland. There are two eland over there. One's kind of hidden behind the bush. Sable antelope are the official emblem for the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. They're very popular animals here. We picked them to be the emblem because when they're put in a fight or flight situation, more often going to tend to fight rather than run away, which is very impressive for them to do because they actually are a prey animal. Now those eland that we saw are the largest antelope. Both male and female eland will have those spiraled horns. Males will often put flowers and different grasses and sticks around their horns to act as a flower crown so they can attract a female. More of these Maasai giraffe. A group of giraffe is called a tower. They look like we're going to be following this giraffe for just a few moments. We are coming up on this dazzle as well. A dazzle is what we call a group of zebra. These are Hartmann's mountain zebra. As we get a little bit closer, you'll be able to see that they have all white bellies, so their stripes don't go all the way around their bodies. That's how we can tell they're Hartmann's mountain zebra. They do also have a dewlap on their neck. That's a little flap of skin that's going to help them thermoregulate just like the Ankole cattle's horns. A lot of people do wonder if zebras are black with white stripes or white with black stripes. You can actually tell the color of the zebras by looking at the color of their noses. So these ones are black with white stripes. Zebra stripes are as unique as people's fingerprints. That's how babies are able to tell their mothers apart from the rest of the dazzle. Speaking of babies, it does look like there are a couple of baby zebras coming over here. Which we are keeping our arms inside the vehicle, guys. See those springbok all the way back there as well. They're another type of antelope. Springbok do get their name because they're able to spring or jump really high up in the air. They jump about 6 feet straight up in the air or 13 feet across when they're running. They're one of the fastest land animals in the world, reaching anywhere from 50 to 60 miles per hour. Really good view of that Maasai giraffe over here on the right hand side. Starting to head into elephant territory. You can see an elephant up ahead here. I'm going to try to get a little bit of a better look. And we can tell this is an African elephant by looking at the shape of his ears. They are shaped like the continent of Africa. Elephants are able to use those ears to help them thermoregulate, so when they're feeling hot, they will flap them back and forth. It'll create gusts of wind that will go down either side of their body, and that is going to help cool them down.
Yeah, he's right there.
Pretty good look there on that right hand side here. Super cool. You can see him using his trunk really well. They do have more muscles in their trunks than we do in our entire bodies. That really does help them out when they pick up heavy things like logs. They can also use the tips of their trunks the same way we use our fingertips to pick things up. So they can also be very gentle and precise. For younger elephants, it will actually take them up to a year to figure out how to fully use their trunks. And I also did notice that the elephant over there was by himself. Typically male elephants are more solitary, so again, they like to be by themselves. Or they'll be in really small groups of 2 or 3. The only time you're really going to see a male African elephant in a large group or herd is when they're in a bachelor herd looking for their mate. That is because they are territorial and they don't like sharing their space or their things. We are starting to head through these red clay pits. Red clay is often used by elephants as a source of nutrients and minerals. Elephants can dig at the clay either with their tusks or their feet, and just go there are some markings from some elephants that have on through here. Elephants' biggest threats are humans due to habitat loss for the mining of coltan. Believe it or not, you guys do actually use coltan every single day. It is in your cell phones. One way we can help these elephants is by recycling our unused electronics. We do actually have enough coltan mine where we do not need to mine any more of it, and coltan is reusable as well. Starting to pass by a few more of these baobab trees. You might notice all the baobab trees we have seen and are going to see today are leafless. Baobab trees will be leafless 9 out of 12 months out of the year. That's they're able to conserve energy to hold the water that they supply to the animals. They do have another nickname as well. It is the upside down tree. You see a springbok a little bit better over here on the right hand side. They are laying down there. Here on the left-hand side, this is a flamboyance. A flamboyance is what we call a group of flamingo. These are the greater flamingo. Greater flamingo get their name from their greater or larger size. That pink color comes from the keratin in the crustaceans that they eat. When they first hatch, they are going to be a light gray color. You can see some of those younger ones in there. They are about the same size as those fully grown flamingo. They're just different colors. There's also the darker shade of pink that these flamingo get. So the greater flamingos see that very light shade of pink compared to other types of flamingo. See a few more of those African elephants over here on our left.
Can't really see them.
Yeah. Good. Good.
So you see that mud ball over there on the left as well. That is actually the animal's source of sunscreen. Not only will that help protect them from the sun, it's also going to help protect them from unwanted parasites, and it is a way they can cool themselves down. Here on that left-hand side, we can see those cheetahs. Cheetahs are the fastest land animals in the world. They can reach speeds up to 60 miles per hour. They are short sprinters, not long-distance runners, because the cheetahs can run very fast. They're not able to run very fast for very long. They do also have some black markings right underneath their eyes that black the same way eye black is used in sports, so it's going to help protect their eyes from the glare and the sun when you're running really, really fast.
It's nuts that they're just there, isn't it?
This large rock structure on the left is called a Kofi rock. Kofi rocks are often used by animals as a hide, a home, or a lookout. Does look like there are some lines on top of the Kofi here. We'll get a better look at them in just a moment.
Wow. Oh.
Lions are nocturnal and spend about 18 to 20 hours of the day resting, whether that is actually sleeping or just laying down. Males are the ones that will stay back. They will protect their home as well as their pride. Females are the ones that will go out and do the chores like hunting as well as training their cubs. This is a very good view of them.
It's looking at the office.
Wow.
Wow.
Could just eat us all if they wanted to do that.
Coming over here on the left-hand side, these are warthog burrows. You can see those warthogs sort of in the middle there.
Oh, yeah.
Warthogs are the largest burrowing animal. They are also a close relative to the domesticated pigs that you see today at farms. Those are female warthogs. We can tell they're female by looking at the size of their tusks. Coming up here on the right-hand side is a crash. A crash is what we call a group of rhinoceros. These are the white rhinoceros. White rhinoceros get their name actually not from their color at all. They get their name from the mispronunciation of the word vite in Afrikaans, meaning wide, referring to their very wide mouths. They can weigh anywhere from 3,000 to 5,500 pounds. Their horns are made out of the same material as your hair and your fingernails. They are made out of keratin. You guys might have seen those ostriches walking around as well. Those were female ostriches. This is typically where they like to hang out. They will build their nests and lay their eggs over here. So you might be able to tell those ostrich eggs or nests nearby. So you can tell those ostriches were female by looking at the color of their feathers. Females have very light colored feathers compared to males. They are the largest bird. They're also the fastest animal to run on two legs. Although they do have wings, they are not able to fly. They can use those wings to help them change directions when they're running. If you did spot those ostrich eggs, you might have noticed how large they look. Each one does weigh about 3 pounds each. One egg is the equivalent to 2 dozen chicken eggs, and their shells are really strong. They're able to fully support a human if they were to stand on top of it without cracking or breaking. Here on the left, we're coming up on this Warden's Post. Warden's Post is home to these Nigerian dwarf goats. Nigerian dwarf goats are dairy goats. The villages in Africa like to keep these goats around so they can take resources from their own farm and stock the natural environment. Their milk is sweeter compared to milk from other animals, which does make them, as well as their milk, more valuable. All of those goats there are fully grown goats as well, so you're going to see they're really small size throughout their entire lives, but they are dwarf goats. We are getting to the end of our safari here. Your animal adventures do not have to end just yet. If you haven't done so already, I recommend checking out Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. It's a 20-minute self-guided walking trail where you can see some really cool animals, some that we have seen today on our safari, and some that we have not. Rafiki's Planet Watch is also a really fun option. It will be a short train ride away. It's going to have an affection section where you can go pet some animals, just like those Nigerian dwarf goats we just saw. It is also home to the inspiration for the pig Kula from Moana. They do have some drawing classes throughout the day where you can learn how to draw some of your favorite Disney characters. Currently, they are teaching how to draw characters from The Lion King for Lion King's 30th anniversary celebration happening here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. I'm sure most of you guys don't have many of the animals that we saw today back where you live, but there are plenty of animals in your area.